Hey there, beginning drawing, welcome back. Hey, this is kind of a supplemental video to our final project video, or the illustrated song project, where you illustrate or um, a song or a poem. All right, so if you haven't watched that video and read through the module yet online, do that first and then come back and watch this video, okay? But basically I wanted to create this video after seeing like a lot of the brainstorm sketches that have come in already, and so I just want to address a few of the common things that I notice. Um, One is, I think, a tendency that I see is a lot of times people just put in like literally every detail from the song and they just put it on the paper, and I think that's a great place to start. I really do, like especially for the brainstorming aspect of it. But I think eventually you might want to consider like kind of whittling down some of that stuff, like what's really important, and put that stuff in, and then kind of whittle some of the other stuff that's not as important, just kind of leave that aside, because that's what the songs are generally doing and poems do, right? They don't literally put everything in there, just like it would lose all of its like artistic appeal. Just like it'd be a textbook. I think that's what's cool about poems and art. They're often just really suggestive, and that makes it more universal too. And so anyway, consider doing that for your drawing as well. Now, with that said, some of you didn't do that, and it's just like, I'm just going to do this one image. Well, maybe that's cool, and I think that's cool too. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but you might try to like maybe incorporate some parts of that song, like more literally, like it mentioned, boots or something. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's just like then just like hint them, even if they're like off in the background or something, just like, oh yeah, there's those things, that element from that song or that poem, just like a throwback to the song, like if it's just otherwise just really abstract or something. Because again, you do want to like capture like the feel and like the larger essence of the song, like what it's really about, and kind of your response and how you feel about it too. Throw that in there. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of hopefully help you navigate those waters just a little bit. And if you have questions, email me, communicate with me, and I will definitely help you. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can and make sure that these drawings and this project look as good as possible. Maybe a couple other things. I don't know. I would think that I've just noticed, sometimes when people put literally everything in there, sometimes it gets a little discombobulated, and I like putting everything in there. You've seen some of my examples. I did a pretty good job of on some of those, getting a lot of the information into that illustration, but I didn't put everything, and and when I did it, I tried to like unify those things. So it's not just like this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and they're just like all scattered out on the paper and not unified. Figure out a way to kind of unify them. So and also I would just consider, like, think about the context or the environment. So it's not just like objects or these things that are sketched like on a white background, like, or on an empty page, and so it just looks like almost like, like you're pinning up like butterflies, like on a, or for like some sort of like scientific thing. It just looks very cold that way, or not. I don't know. It's not really thought out as well. So think about like how to tie them all together instead of just like pulling them out of their context. And I think that's really about it. Again, if you have questions, please let me know, and I'd love to help you and make these look as good as possible. Oh, one last thing. Make these, sometimes keep sketching. Like sometimes these drawings I'm seeing come in, I'm like, just keep working your ideas, because like you might like have, like you put like, oh, I just did a quick sketch and then I'm going to do just that exact thing, just because you drew it out once, and it's like, I'm sticking to it. Don't do that. Okay, put it on there, and then it's like, well, what happens if I were to move this element over here or up here or around here, and then put something else in there. The idea for this brainstorming is that you are brainstorming. You're coming up with ideas. You're putting stuff on paper, and you're like, oh, well, what if I did this? And it's not just writing words, okay? So words are fine, and I think words are totally like a great thing to put in your brainstorming, or like writing your ideas out and incorporating it in with the drawings. I have no problem with that at all. I think that's awesome, and I have no problem with words in art, really, except for when they are used as a substitution for things. Like I figure, like, I think words are kind of like the last. Like, it's like if you can't do it any other way, you have to use a word. But I think you guys would be well suited to try to not use words at all. I think I used words once in one of my examples, but for the most time when I do this project, I don't use words at all. I think that's part of the challenge and part of the fun for me. So, anyway, yeah, just try not to, like, because when you're using words, it's totally like, left brain sort of thing. And I want you guys to kind of like make that switch and really kind of this be a right brain sort of drawing, rather than just like writing out every word, or this is what this song says. The song already exists, or the poem already exists in words. We're trying to make it visual. Okay? So anyway, brainstorm, just like almost like a collage of like different elements, and just move things around. You can cut it up. You can do your brainstorming with collage. I don't care. And you could do a collage, like cut things out, like find images like online, cut them out, like put them on there, draw over them, paint on it. I don't care whatever you do. And then you can make it into a new drawing. Like you say, okay, this was my sketch really, and now I'll turn it into a drawing. I think that might be a really cool approach for you. Anyway, and then in the end, like if you want to put in color, go for it, or whatever. Just make sure that it looks good. Like some of my examples are in color, some of them are not. But you want to make sure, like if it's not in color, you probably want to have a full range of value, or at least consider value. Like we'll talk about it in like in the modules. You'll see like is it high key, low key, or whatever. Just have it fit the mood of the song. All right, and I tend to think like if it doesn't really kind of need to be really dark or light, just having a full range of value is just a general good default. Okay, so hopefully you found that helpful, and you guys have a great day. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so you guys have fun with this project, and let's finish up the quarter strong. All right, take care. Bye.